So we are live.
Oh, that's B, so that's from last week.
Yeah, that is from last week.
Has to be. He doesn't start with B.
No, he usually starts with like.
Starts with J, ends with B.
Well, yeah, that's true.
There we
too.
are. We're live.
And we are live.
Boom,
Oh
boom,
man,
boom,
we're
boom.
about to get some shares out. This is gonna be good stuff.
Okay.
I just can't wait. I'm feeling a little devilish today.
You feeling it today?
I am. I am.
You're looking red.
I look red.
Do I look red? We need to turn the light off.
The Antichrist, Beelzebubs,
We know your weakness.
rocket sauce. They rock the Casbah and close your mind.
Blow your mind, sir.
Yeah, we will defeat you for all mankind.
You hold the scepter.
We hold the key.
You are the devil.
We are the D. We are the D. God, that's such a good song. That's Beelzebubs.
Wasn't the devil the guy from, how was it, Foo Fighters?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, it was. It
Dave
was.
Grohl, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are fucking lame. Taste my lightning.
All right, I'm going to go out and do a sound sync
Oh,
test.
clap test?
Yep, clap test.
Oh, we got to get a test for the clap this week, ladies and gentlemen. Clap test.
Start it up.
Don't they do that with penicillin?
Yeah. Are we good?
It's the simple things in life.
Oh yeah, you gotta make everything you do has gotta be fun. That's all there is to it. YouTube live stream. Oh yeah.
Have you seen that movie Krampus yet?
Krampus.
Yeah, the Christmas one.
Oh no, huh? Are we good?
Fucking gold.
Golden.
I ruined Christmas movies for my old lady the other night by having her watch it.
How do I check out? How do I get to our? Oh wait, never mind.
Let me know if you hear any kind of weird hum or something.
Yeah.
I know. It sounds good right now, don't it? Hey, stop it.
Oh. I gotta turn this down.
Okay, let's get this going.
Well, let's get it going then. I don't know what you're waiting on.
I'm getting ready to do some posting. You know what I like to do.
Oh yeah. Post or no posting.
That is just a serious looking guy, ain't he?
Yeah, he looks
LeVay?
weird. He looks
He pulls the look
It's
off
the
well.
it's the bald head and the really sharp goatee down. That's like
I wish I had a really sharp goatee. I don't.
lion
kinda
tamer. You
dull.
know he's a badass if he was taming
yeah.
lions.
Yeah.
Fuck, can you imagine doing something like that?
I can.
Get a wooden fucking kitchen chair and a
Check
whip.
1, 2. I think I need to go up higher.
No, you do not.
Actually, I'm going to check right now. Let's talk together. Talk over me. I'm going to
I
go
am
back out in the
talking
hallway.
over you.
I just want to
Can
make
you
sure
hear
you
us over
talk to everybody here. Talk. I want to see who's coming up. Just talk normal.
I am
Same
talking.
time.
You talk. We
You
talk.
talk.
I'll
I'm
talk.
gonna talk.
We're
You wanna
Wait,
talk?
we're
You're gonna
talking.
talk.
Who's
I'm already
talking?
talking.
Okay,
Wait,
cool.
what?
I'm going to run
What
out
the
there
hell's
real
going
quick
on?
and see who's louder.
I think he's got insecurity issues, people. I don't think he likes it that I talk over him. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think what the deal is he wants his voice to be more powerful than mine, which is never going to happen. Let's just be serious about things. Oh, there he is. Touched by a 12 gauge. Did not get notification. Might have been, well, motherfucker. I can't believe that. Oh, this is such going to be a good episode today.
Okay.
I'm so
You just need
excited.
to get closer to the mic, I think is all it is. I'm going to give you a little more boost, too.
All
Give
right,
him a little more boost. Give the guy some juice, will you?
juice me up.
How you doing, Jay?
So how many listeners you got now?
Well, we got 5 watching right now.
5 watching?
Otherwise, we don't give our download numbers out. It's a guarded secret.
The download numbers are a secret.
That TV does that. I should print this out probably,
Print what out? Yes, you should print that out.
and then we can turn that TV off. She walks
I wonder how many people's going to be offended by this episode, just out of curiosity.
Nobody.
There's-
Hopefully, people don't usually get
Yeah,
offended.
usually I don't know. The type
It's
of
not like
people that
we're
listen to us are
It's not
like,
like we're gonna do what Eric wanted to do and sacrifice a goat.
yeah. We were talking
Beat you
about
to it.
you bastard. We were talking about Everett wanted to sacrifice an animal live on the show today, but me, the caring person that I am, I wanted to stop and pick up this dead raccoon we seen on the side of the road, so we didn't have to hurt any live animals if we were going to do a sacrifice. Because I don't really feel like YouTube would have known the difference. And then we got to thinking about it. probably would have got banned for something like that. So we decided against it. I decided against it. His crazy idea, not mine.
Whatever. I gotta put my stuff on here.
Probably would have been a first.
There's Drebin. Drebin back again. What's up, Drebin?
What's he got around 302?
Notification.
Oh, yeah. That's about when we went live.
Yeah, that's really close.
Oh, that is the best right there. The dude from Legend, Tim Curry.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, that is the best devil ever.
Oh yeah, dude, the fucking horns.
We're getting ahead of
like
ourselves.
This dude, gnarly, big, long.
All
ass
veiny.
face.
Yeah. And then it's got Tim Curry's smile.
pointed ass chin with some big old.
The biggest ball chin in the history of ball chins.
Oh yeah, for
Looks
sure.
like Peter Griffin sharpened his
It was
fucking.
big, wasn't it?
And they even had the hoofs down, man. You know, that was a
it did have
80s,
hoofs.
yeah,
That's right, it did
80s
have
movie.
hoofs.
They usually you could see wires or something hooked, you know, where they have trouble with it. But that was a pretty clean movie.
I was actually gonna watch that movie yesterday and didn't do it, and I should have because that's probably one of the better devils.
Yeah,
That's a good looking devil. That devil's sexy.
and big too. What was he,
Yeah.
like 9 foot tall?
Oh, he's big.
You talking about Tim Curry in the still?
I am.
Saying
Yeah.
he's sexy?
Yeah, Tim Curry's devil was sexy.
Oh, come on, he was also Pennywise.
Afternoon. After he was Pennywise. Afternoon, Drebin.
Oh, by the way, we got shirts. If you
Oh,
haven't noticed.
yeah. If you guys didn't notice, we do have shirts. Let me see. If
Show them the back. I don't know. I'll tell you.
All right, look. Mine says, "Paranormal is my normal."
Oh, you're so cool.
Look, you can see the back too. I don't know if I'll be able to get right here.
Down a little bit. Oh, yeah. Hold still for a minute. Get closer. Back up. Just back up slowly. Yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah, that's good. I think you're on. Hey, no problem, Russell. I'm glad we can help you drive.
They are not. They're not for sale just yet.
Somebody asking?
No. I was just letting everybody know.
They're not for sale.
No, nobody was asking, but I was just saying.
No, nobody really wants
I think
it.
we should give a shirt away once we get to 3,000 likes on Facebook or something crazy like that. We should give a couple shirts
How
away
about
to
game
somebody.
worn?
How about what?
Game worn. Shirt off our back.
Oh, the one oh yeah, you can have the shirt that I wore during the Satan episode. It smells of sweat and
You'll
Satan.
autograph it.
It stinks of sweat and Satan.
Sulfur.
Biblically and culturally.
Nice. He says, list that shit and take my money now, Drebin. Drebin's a loyal fan. We got some pretty decent shirts. As you can see, Everett says, "Wake up," because he's fucking tired all the time.
You know, I just thought of something.
What?
We want to use that new intro, but I haven't constructed an outro along the same gig. We'll still have the same old outro. Maybe
That's
I
all
can
right.
throw it at Brian and get him to do it. Who knows? He's pretty good at that kind of stuff. Oh, we already lost somebody. Come back.
What's
cool.
up, Keegan?
What a cool name. Refuel Edits.
Yeah.
Refuel. It could be Mexican. Refuel.
Hi.
Anyway.
All right, let's get them shares out, man. Let's get
I'm
this
working
show
on it. You're not
going.
my boss.
I am your boss.
You're not my boss. You're the little brother. And I expect you to remember that. Little means inferior. Worse. Less than.
What time does it start? I can't find it. It's
Smaller wiener.
I'll be putting a link up on my page momentarily.
Eric is lesser. That's my hashtag. Eric is lesser.
What'd you just say?
Hashtag Eric is lesser.
Why is that?
It's gonna go on our Facebook post. Hold on.
Well, that guy says you can keep that shirt. He doesn't want the one that stinks of me and Satan.
You do kind of smell. Maybe that's me. I need to go put my secret stash deodorant on.
Yeah, we have Surreal Talk deodorant for sale too.
Surreal Talk, the breakfast cereal.
Surreal Talk the lunch pail. Surreal Talk the battery charger. We could keep going, but I think we just really kind of just
Yeah, you just killed it with
out
the battery charger.
You family guy.
I jumped the shark on that
Yeah,
one.
you held
did
your
I?
knee about 10 too many.
No.
No.
All right, are we ready?
Just about. I got the post out on Facebook. I like to give it a few minutes after I get the post out. Is anybody on YouTube just in a real hurry today?
Yes, everyone's in a hurry. They want this content.
They want this content, huh?
Say hi.
Hey, baby.
Oh yeah, we're giving shout outs today.
To old ladies?
To
What are my old ladies
everybody.
watching? Hey, old lady.
Russell Burns.
Love
Have to
you.
go, so I'll
And
save
all
the
that.
show for the podcast next week. Well, thank you, Russell Burns, and we appreciate you watching. And Blizz, what's up? Did you miss anything? Finally get to sit in on Sunday because you're off work. Well, we appreciate you, and you're getting ready to get the full.
Oh, no, Rita's next. He has to actually go.
No, that's two different guys. Can you keep your shit
Russell-
together?
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I got a microphone thing in front of me.
I remember Blizz. He messaged us on Facebook not too long ago.
Did he?
With the weapon skins.
Talking Satan.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you watching, Blizz. Thank you. And Russell Burns, listen to the podcast. Will be available for download this week. Thank you.
Tomorrow,
he says.
Tomorrow around noon Central Time.
I don't know if I believe him.
Depends on if I get the edit gets to me done before lunchtime. You know what I mean? Then I'll put it out for lunch after lunch. You know what I mean? That's how it works. It's not like a schedule. It's when I get the edited version back from my producers.
I like noonish, that ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I get them both, I'll actually schedule Tuesday or the Tuesday or Wednesday release whenever I feel like I end up putting it out. I'll schedule that ahead of time and it'll be exactly at noon. But otherwise,
I put better have your Bible ready. Just kidding.
tweet.
The weird thing is, man, I mean, I'm not really super religious or anything like that, but
I was led
have
to
like
believe you were
6
super into Satan.
interesting, subject is great, but
Sure.
as
It's like,
for
I wouldn't
belief,
date the
it's not
guy.
really my belief.
It's like I wouldn't date the guy, but
I'm not going to bring
I'm a
this up
little
on the
into
actual
it.
podcast, but I knew that was crazy when I looked down and you're wearing a crucifix. So
Yeah.
that kind of killed the whole thing.
Well, he's like the most interesting character in human history.
He is.
Oh,
interesting.
Blue Arrow
Yeah.
says we're awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Blue.
Oh, touched by 12 gauge. You just touched my heart. He just wished Harambe was here.
You guys in your Harambe. I don't find it funny.
You know what? He took a shot for us. Let's take a shot for him.
Are you saying that he's Jesus?
No.
Because, he died for our children or something?
Not ours directly, but somebody's. He's a martyr, if anything.
All right, we'll go here in about 2 minutes.
All right, let's go. I'm ready.
No, we go when I say.
No. Come on. We'll rock, paper, scissors for going now or in 30 seconds.
All right, Mark, I just have you remember that, you hear yourself. Just make sure you sound good to yourself, and you'll sound good on the cast.
If you start to get back away, we'll say, hey, man.
Yeah, you might see me going like this a few times. That means just get a little closer and get lined up and hear yourself.
Usually he's
All right.
going like this.
Yeah, something like.
Aw.
Both hands working, huh?
He's a skier.
The pterodactyl.
When would you all do a mysterious missing people's topic? Damn, I just talked about that the other day to you, didn't I?
Dude, that's a great idea.
No, remember I told you about that because I want to do a Lost and Found.
Towns. My wife hates that I'm deep diver. I've been one ever since I've been a young mustache. I told her she's hey, did I read that wrong? Deep diver mustache thing? Did I get the wrong association there?
Yeah, you missed some words in between.
She's living life. She better question. Yes, she should question everything. Never believe the truth. Oh, speaking of that.
The truth.
Well, yeah,
The official story.
yeah. I mean, matter of fact, don't believe us either.
Get out there and do your own research.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah.
Our research is for shit generally.
Yeah.
We got, a couple pages of shit that we gleaned from, internet, YouTube.
I feel like I could take over the Tonight Show.
You're better than Jimmy Fallon is what you're saying?
Who
I don't
isn't
like
better
that
than
guy,
Jimmy
dude. He's
Fallon?
so
That's what I
fake.
said.
He's
Who
so
isn't
fake.
better
Sorry,
than
Jimmy,
Jimmy
but-
Fallon? Gosh.
All right.
All right. Let's rock and roll, man. Come on.
guess so.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
It's like a switch. Whenever I flip my headphones up, it's like a switch.
Did you print out the show outline yet or what?
I thought I gave it to you. Oh, maybe I didn't go pick it up off the printer. Be right back.
Gosh.
For that, take an extra 30 seconds.
I think he did right here. Or no?
No, that's
No,
just,
it's- yeah,
that's just more notes. We got all kinds of notes. Look at all the notes we got. We got fucking notes
It's a big
everywhere.
subject, man.
It is. It's
You-
good. I'm excited for
Yeah,
it.
you
can't
can't-
wait.
You can't do it a whole day. I mean,
you.
there's just so much history, things you'll overlook.
Oh
things
yeah,
you
we're
didn't
gonna
know about.
miss some shit. Next week's Deja Vu is gonna be really fucking packed because
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna miss all kinds of. Jimmy Kimmel is way better. I completely agree, Blue Arrow. Jimmy Kimmel is way better. What do you think? I mean, there's hardly anybody compared to like Leno and Letterman, where I feel like they were really good. Leno and Letterman. I didn't even have a favorite between the two. They both were good.
Yeah, they both. I love their zingers.
I heard
on
David
both levels.
Letterman was a bit of a Trump when it came to like his. He was handsy.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, how many divorces did
I
the
never
man have?
believe you.
Didn't he
guys.
have a
That
bunch?
guy says, I never believe you guys. Yes, now he's getting it. Would do so, make my brain explode and the rest of them. That's fucking great. Oh, shit. This is fun. A switch, eh? Not really a switch. Just Mark has a lot of knowledge on the subject, so we brought Mark in for this. We figured he'd be a good guest host.
Fair warning, I have like no
Ellen.
PhD or anything in this subject. It's just curiosity, probably from the time I was about 15, 16 years old, and just kept with it for over the last 15 years.
Blue Arrow says Ellen, and I assume that he means that Ellen's way better than Jimmy Fallon, and I'm going to go with on that too, and I don't even like Ellen. But yeah, she's better than Jimmy Fallon. Ellen DeGeneres, yeah, Ellen.
Took me a second, I was like, Ellen.
What's that one chick's name? Wendy Williams. She's better than Jimmy Fallon. Dr. Oz is better than Jimmy Fallon.
You know, I was watching a movie the other day. It was an older movie, and in the background on the TV, they had Geraldo show playing. When's the last time you seen or heard
The
anything?
Geraldo show?
Yeah, it's
Geraldo Rivera. You know, we'll go back to 9/11 on this. I seen a really cool, you know what? God, I'll have to, remind me to tell you about that later. We got to go live. Come on, get this show on the road. Anyways, he was in front of a crowd of people, and they were all saying 9/11 was an inside job, and he got all pissed off about it. And then 6 months later, after talking to the families, he was like, I am wrong. I apologize. This needs to be investigated. I was like, I like you now, Geraldo. So true. So true.
There's just so many questions.
Obama is better than Jimmy Fallon. Oh. I don't know about that. Okay. Wait a minute.
You know we don't do politics.
Right. But if you listen to the show, I slip my Obama opinions in.
You don't do politics. Well, that's funny because the subject we're on is probably the most heated politic ever.
I mean, well, in general.
It's up there.
We ready?
Yeah, we're alive and ready.
Let's roll it.
Hold on. I got to turn off my Discord.
Or you can Trump.
And we're going to use the new Beautiful Bean footage, right?
Oh, yes.
I got to turn this back up.
This is, for everybody, check out. This is our new intro. It's really, really good.
Check 1, 2. Okay, good. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So, whenever you're ready.
Do it. Do it.
Phones. That was mine. I'm an asshole.
Mine's down.
Mine's down as well.
Harambe show.
April texted me and says, Jimmy Fallon is the man. Y'all shut the F up. So you say.
We should do a show on Harambe.
You ready?
Yeah, oh yeah.
You're listening to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal.
Blizz tinfoil hats for sale. Something's not right, man. Something's not right. Something's bullshit here, and I don't believe it.
Honestly, this crazy shit could be completely possible.
Disclaimer, we reserve the right to be wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. You think you know the whole story? Think again.
Now your hosts, Eric and Everett.
Welcome to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal, a lineupmedia.fm production. We are back this week, excited as ever.
What's up, Eric?
What's going on, Everett? And we have a special guest host with us today. His name is Mark. Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
What's up, Mark?
Mark's
Hey.
Mark's a
Thanks for being
friend of
on the
mine,
show.
and he is very versed in the
Satan.
world of Satan.
Well, Satanism.
The dark master.
Satanism.
The Dark Prince.
We used to party back in the day, and we'd find him in the bathroom, and he'd have red all over him, and and I'm like, what the hell is he doing?
Really?
No, not
He
really. I
wasn't
just
that
made
guy.
that shit up. No, I just made that shit up.
Sure you did.
He said, well, you guys know, you didn't bust in the bathroom. But anyway, so we are talking about Satan and Satanism this week. How you feel about it?
I feel pretty good about it. I'm not running out to worship Satan yet, but maybe after the show.
Yeah, I'm not ruling anything out. What do you think?
Well, it's a pretty hot topic, and it's always been. It's probably the most hottest one in human history, if you think about it. Satanism dates back before Christianity because they figure it's adapted from pagan religions, which makes a lot of sense because you got a lot of it portrays over from Greek mythology. And you got to think that whole area is where Christianity and those other polytheistic groups came from, you know?
Right.
That whole Mesopotamian area, the cradle of life.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is what a lot of people don't realize is Satanism is actually kind of forced by Christian hand.
Really?
It's
how so?
It's a vicious cycle. You take old Roman times, ancient Rome, and you got Christianity that's starting. Mm-hmm. And even before the death of Christ, before it was become announced as Christianity, you had this new religion. Well, with any new religion, you're always going to have persecution. People know that in old Christian worships, they would go. There was no churches, there was no temples. You worshipped at a person's home, and the way they find it was you usually seen a fish painted on the doorway or somewhere near the door.
Was it a special color?
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We're going to go with red.
We're probably getting a little ahead of ourselves, though.
Oh, yeah.
Did you do like
This week's Deja Vu.
And we got to do the deja vu.
Yeah, so if you joined us last week, we got a new segment on the show that we're going to try to do at the beginning of every part one, and that's Deja Vu, which is shit we missed, stuff we forgot to talk about, stuff we got wrong, stuff that
Didn't we already talk about this once?
Yeah, but I'm reminding other people.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the
Deja Vu, I get.
Haven't we already talked about this?
We got a fucking joker over here. 10,000 comedians out of work, and here you are working the lineup.
Indeed. There's probably more than 10,000.
What about, the email about time travel. We had a listener that was catching up on some of our shows, and she listened to our time travel show, and it became painfully obvious that she is way smarter than me, and probably Everett too.
Way smarter than you. She makes you look like a...
Right.
She makes me look dumb.
I looked at the email, and I texted Everett, and I was like, you got to handle this one.
So, a woman named Amanda from Brisbane, Australia, one of our
Satan
listeners.
loves Saddam. I agree.
She sent us a real nice long email, but what she really wanted to correct us on was the time, our discussion about what exactly is time. And she gave us, as Hawking would say, the different types of time are psychological time. This corresponds to the human perception of time. Things we remember that are in the past. We know we've moved forward. This is her words. I'm reading almost directly from her email. We know we have moved forward in time if we can remember more things now than we did in a previous moment. So what she's saying is, I can tell I'm now is after
I've
then.
made more memories.
Yeah, I know now has happened after then, which everybody, that's pretty much the way everybody thinks of time anyway. That's
the concept,
time.
right?
Right. Then there's entropic time, which the notion of time corresponds to the perceived law of nature that the universe seems to move from a state of order to a state of chaos. So if everything right now is in a perfect square, as time goes on, everything is moving from perfectness to chaos.
So you're going to end up with a parallelogram.
Which is, no, I don't know what the hell that means.
Never mind. Go
I
ahead.
know what a parallelogram is, but I don't know.
It's a perfect square. A square in chaos would kind of be like a parallelogram.
It would be more like there's no square. It's just the pieces of the lines have exploded.
There is no
Are
spin?
you familiar with entropy?
No.
So
atrophy.
Entropy. Think about this. You light a fire, right? And there's all kinds of heat. Say you're cooking your food with it. But what about the heat that passes past your bowl or your pot or whatever and goes off into nothing? That energy.
What are you talking about again?
Okay, you're using a fire to
like the release of the energy.
All right, so you're using only so much of that energy you've created is being used for what you need it for.
Right.
There's a
It's
lot
not
of lost
100%
entropy.
efficient.
Well, that energy that you created is lost to what's called entropy. It's no longer like you can't create or destroy energy, right?
Right.
But now it's in an unusable state out in the universe.
Like evaporation.
Right. So that's what the universe in time is doing. It's moving to that completely unordered state of pretty much everything is spent and unusable.
Okay.
So that's the entropic time. There's cosmological time, she says, which she says, we won't discuss the framework of time very much, but this era moves forward when the universe is in an inflationary state and backwards when the universe is a deflationary state. So I guess that's like the theory of the Big Bang and the Big Crunch. So when we're
this lady's just
Well,
way
would the
too smart for
deflation
me.
be like more like an implode?
Well, that's kind of what the Big Crunch is. Once we've finished our expansion after the Big Bang, we've been exploding for so long, we've hit like the edge of the
Critical
rubber band,
mass.
and we're coming back into the Big Crunch.
I like how you put that, the edge of the rubber band. Once the rubber band stretched so far,
Right, now it's
it
only
has
coming
to come
back.
back.
Yep.
Yeah.
You got to watch it from hitting you in the eye.
So that
too.
it was a pretty good read she sent us. If you guys haven't seen our time travel episode, go on YouTube or get subscribe to the podcast and look back about, I don't know, 5 or 6 episodes.
Blizz in the YouTube chat says he loved the time travel episode.
I did too. It was one of my favorite
It was a
episodes.
great one. I loved it.
Did you guys talk about how, like, you ever watch Back to the Future?
Oh,
Where
did we
you
ever?
create
That was like
alternate
the whole
timelines?
episode.
That was like
That's the whole
from
episode?
age 8 until
You
like
need to go
13.
back and listen to
I
the
missed that one, yeah.
From like age 8 to 13, we did nothing but watch Back to the
it was
Future.
on a loop.
Well, I like the theory that the time in that movie is no matter what you do, if you do something, you're always going to alter your future. So
Right, so there's no paradoxes.
yeah, there's no paradox. Something's
Well,
always going to
that
change.
was what Doc was always afraid of. If you see yourself, there's a paradox. Blah, blah,
Hey,
blah, blah, but no, they fixed every time.
Blizz has a good point here. Is it purgatory for energy? Your entropy? Your
Entropy.
entropy?
Well, I do know scientists, they think the human soul is the energy left over because it can't be created or destroyed.
Right.
And they don't know what it is, but they do know when the human body dies, it does leave energy.
We were talking about that on our consciousness. How it
What is the soul? And
what is the
your
soul?
energy?
Yeah. What is it exactly? Is it a byproduct of your mind, or we don't really know?
Nobody
I think
knows.
it's energy consciousness in all actual.
Well, we don't even know at what point you flip on. Like, you know, like at one point you're a set of cells inside a womb.
Right.
Then you're born, but you're not even on.
When are you conscious? When does consciousness take
hold? When do you
hold?
first realize I am?
When are you not running on just instinct alone?
Exactly.
Well, don't they think that babies inside the womb, even at an early stage, can dream?
They say that, but what is a dream without language? You know what I mean?
True.
And if you've never experienced a visual, what are you dreaming? This kind of
that's a very good point right there, because a baby in a womb
it's like
wouldn't
we talked
know.
about like blind people. I'm pretty sure we talked about some other episode. What do they dream if they've never seen anything?
We did talk about how like different languages, and I read a story one time, like if your first language isn't English, like say if your first language is French, and you go to sleep and dream, you dream in French. You don't dream in English, even though you might live here in America and speak English every day, but your first learned language is like what you dream in.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
But that's weird. I've had dreams in Spanish. And I don't even speak Spanish that well.
What about when they put
I've never done
orchestra music on playing for the woman while she's pregnant so that the baby can hear it?
I've never heard of that.
You never heard that? Yeah, they say it increases intelligence on your children.
Oh, I thought
belly like this, you know.
I thought you said on an airplane. I was like,
No.
Why would they do that
Orchestra
on
music. You know, they say it increases intelligence in the baby as they're developing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've seen people put like hard rock music on for a baby. I don't know.
Hey, I wonder what happens.
Yep.
Switch up the music, John.
The other thing I wanted to hit on Deja Vu was last week we talked about lost civilizations. Mostly we talked about found civilizations. We got some flack on Facebook for that not being such a surreal topic, and I guess they're right.
Who picked that one?
That was me. I thought we spent most of the time talking about the stuff that had been found, and we spent not as long talking about Atlantis and Lemuria and Mu.
Lemuria.
That's what I said.
Now, does Shangri-La fall into that? Because they think that's a physical place somewhere that's, paradise on Earth.
Yeah, but that's in the Hollow Earth, right? That's Shambhala is what that is. Shambhala.
No, there's a Shangri-La.
Shangri-La, I think, is
like
Oriental.
Asian,
yeah.
I
Please,
don't know
dude.
that one.
It's the preferred nomenclature is Chinaman. Or what does he say?
Dude, Chinaman is not the preferred nomenclature.
Right.
It's Asian American.
That's right. But I wanted to say we didn't talk about one thing I was thinking about over the week was we didn't talk about the Israeli and the religious.
That's because I don't know anything about that.
Well, you know how they're always coming up with a new temple they unearth over there from back in the biblical days.
Well, right, yeah. There's so much shit underneath.
They found the walls of Jericho, apparently, or at least the base of the walls. Mm-hmm. Did we talk about Troy as well? Because that was a lost civilization.
Oh, no, that would have been a good one, though.
Well, in Israel,
I just thought of that now.
In Israel, didn't they all those areas over there kind of stem from the same family? Didn't they all stem from Abraham?
Right, they're the Abrahamic, right?
Yeah.
He was given his disciples were called the Israelites. God gave them
they
the
were
promised
Hebrew,
land.
right?
Right, the Hebrew people.
So you can kind of say everything going on there is family issues right now.
Well, it's even back then for 2,000
point.
years. It's the other religions going. Your God gave you this land. We've never heard of this God.
Yeah.
That's the Israel-Palestine conflict in a nutshell, right there.
Don't even bother getting involved. I know you're not on the Israel side. You think
that's why I've been shutting up. I'm not for Israel.
You're out of your element, Donnie.
No, you're right, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Anyway, I guess let's get to the meat. Let's talk some
show
Satan.
on possessed Beanie Babies. Oh yes, we got to get back to Satan. Wait, no, call-in show. We want to talk about.
Yeah,
we are going to do a call-in show for you guys where you'll be able to call in via phone, Skype.
That's basically it, phone or Skype.
Phone or Skype.
Well, we're going to have a Discord server set up as well, but I don't know how well that will work because with Discord, it's almost a free-for-all. Anybody can talk. So I don't know how
what's the problem with that?
What if you got 6 or 7 people all going at one time? How's that going to work for a podcast? It's going to sound horrible.
Pretty good.
Sound like Tasmanian devils.
But yeah, so we want to do a call-in show, basically with no topic, whatever you guys want to talk about, and we're really open to this. We've got a date lined up, which is
hold on, I got it right here. It's November the 6th. We're going to do it. It's a Sunday. We want to do it around the normal time at 3 p.m.
So if anybody could join us, and you know what, the YouTube chat's fine too. If you want to talk about, get in on there. It's just a little bit behind.
Well, what I would like people to do
a little bit behind
is send us a message on Facebook or Twitter or info@surrealtalkpodcast.com. Send it to me. We'll get together.
Me.
I want to know what you want to talk about. I want to kind of get a feel for how much you know about the topic. So don't get me wrong. I just want to watch out for assholes who only have 30 seconds.
They don't even have to know anything. It could be they just want to know more about something. There is no topic. We just an open forum show. Yeah, you are an open forum show.
If you want to get on and talk to us, or even say hi, that's fine.
Or even just ask us, what do you guys think about this?
But it's going to be important that we get everybody queued up beforehand. That's why we're doing it November 6th, not tomorrow, not next week.
Right. So it'll be like 3 or 4 shows from now. It'll be the
Right.
show after our Halloween show.
Is that time for people, I guess, to send you guys questions? You can
Questions,
check
yeah,
it
just
out, and then
people
have
that are interested, we kind of get a gauge on how big of a response we're getting. More,
And I
how
need to
many
make a
people are going
list
to
of all these
participate.
people.
How many people
you know
are
what I
going
mean?
to
Be
participate?
ready for it and try to split it up. There's a lot of planning that goes
All right,
on
so we'll
there.
talk about that a whole lot more in future shows. But just remember, there's going to be a call-in show, Skype and phone, and that'll be a lot of fun.
I think so too. Another thing we got coming up before we get on to Satan, I'm sorry to keep it from progressing here, but we're going to be doing a live show at one of the most haunted places in Alton, Illinois.
Oh, yes, we are.
At the McPike Mansion. So
That's gonna be awesome.
I don't know that we'll actually do it live on Facebook. I don't know what the internet connectivity looks like there, but we're definitely going to record a show. I plan on grabbing a spirit box off of Amazon, and we're going to do a spirit box section and record it and do it, at this haunted house.
We'll break out the Ouija board and shit. It should be a good time.
break out the Ouija board.
You know, I
didn't think
lived
of that.
down from that house for years, like just a few houses down.
Did
from
you
it.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
you,
wait
you
a
came
minute,
up
you
there in Alton
did.
a couple times, yeah, because I
Dude,
lived on Albee
I
right
totally.
now.
That's
Yeah.
right. You did, dude. That's right by there.
That was about 10 years ago. Though.
Did you ever see
That was
Yeah,
longer than
yeah.
that.
Any
That's probably
spooky shit?
15.
Yeah.
You ever seen anything spooky?
You know what? You go over there. You can't really go over there because you'll get in trouble. They will call the cops on you,
Right.
and it's private property, and it's very dangerous. You go inside there. I don't.
Maybe I should have cleared our idea.
Yeah, you gotta really watch where you go inside because the place is falling apart. I mean, you go to the second floor, you might end up in the basement.
Blue Arrow
Yeah.
says on our call-in show he
But-
wants to talk about possessed Beanie Babies.
It has a creepy
okay.
element
I
to it.
mean,
You can't look
get
at
your
it
5
and not
minutes.
feel
No,
it.
No,
creeped out.
we got from what I understand, carte blanche. We can run around the whole house. So
Oh, cool. That's man. Can I come? 'Cause I've always wanted to really walk
possibly
through
we're gonna
there.
have a bunch of the guys from Lineup. Another one of our shows is going to be doing a show there. So
I've never got to walk through there. I've always been curious about that. It's,
we're
it's been
definitely
too
gonna
dangerous.
we're definitely gonna take some video for YouTube. I don't know that we'll do a whole show that I release to YouTube.
I really hope that the internet is good out there so we can do a Facebook Live, even
Well,
if we
yeah.
just live stream 10 minutes of
Right,
it
if we
or
can
whatever.
get cell phone signal, we can do 10 minutes on Facebook. So
Well,
Right.
you guys will be high up in the area too, because that's one of the,
Right.
the
Right.
hilly,
Right.
hilly parts of the Alton, man. So you're gonna be way up there.
All right, enough about what we got coming up. Let's talk about what we got right now.
All right, what do we got right now?
Satan, man, the devil. The devil is everywhere.
Devil in a blue dress on. Devil with a blue dress on.
That's right.
Yeah,
A fee, fi.
Uh-huh.
So do you think he really lives in Georgia, like the song says?
Well, no, he
the
didn't
devil
live
went-
there. He
no,
went
he
down.
went down. Yeah,
Oh, he went down there.
yeah,
Okay,
man. He had to
okay.
go talk to Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah.
So what do you guys know about the devil? I mean, obviously, the devil is
Antichrist.
biblically- Well, is the Antichrist
Well,
the devil?
no, this is just general conceptions about the devil. You know, what you get from most people is Antichrist, big red horned demon. You know what I mean? I mean,
think-
that's like the most general idea that most people have about the
Yeah.
devil. You know,
But isn't that similar to the story or the modern interpretation of Santa Claus? You know, it was created by Coca-Cola 100 years ago. Isn't the devil, the modern devil, something that was created in the Middle Ages? The demonic?
Yes and no, actually. It got more popular, especially during the Gothic period, because that's when they started really doing, like, when they do their churches and stuff. You ever know some gargoyles? You know, the gargoyles are
oh, we
supposed to
got
be
shit
good.
over the gargoyles.
But they,
I asked one of them today about that, the Freemasons. Anyway.
and so and actually the Freemasons fall a lot, but and that's for later talk though. But what it is they started picking up more popular in the Gothic period because you had more, like, okay, for one, you guys ever heard of the Divine Comedy?
Sure, Dante,
yeah. So then there's 3 parts of it. And the first part's the Inferno. Well, that was wrote, I do believe, around in 1100s and stuff.
I don't know when the...
Yeah, it was wrote a long time ago, and during that period, you really had to watch what you did because you could easily be executed for anything that seemed like blasphemous to the church. And it was supposed to be, a fictional novel, and part of it was people, and especially the Inferno, it was people that appeared in his time, and that's who it was in hell and things like that.
Sure.
And at the end of it, you do see the devil, and you see him frozen in the lake, and you see, Judas.
Frozen?
Yeah, he sits in the lowest part of hell, and at the lowest part, it's all ice, and he sits in a lake that's completely frozen.
now that's
around him.
interesting. I've never heard that before.
Well, that's how Dante depicted him.
Nice. I didn't know
Yep.
that.
And then it goes back to the classic feature. He has Judas in the center mouth, and
So there's so many different iterations of the devil, so many different stories about Satan. It's just this is, like you were saying earlier, this is such a huge and broad topic that it's really going to be hard to cover everything about it today.
yeah.
So what else you got? Let's hit some good points here. What about, you said, the history of Satanism through Christianity?
Yeah, see, it's kind of a popular belief because Christianity went through its persecution when it started coming up.
Definitely did, yes.
And then once in, Constantine's, when he reigned, I think around 306 to 337 AD, Emperor Constantine, they called him the Great, he backed Christianity kind of more as a political move, and it was also said that his mother was, a Christian. That was who she believed. So technically Christian was the new popular religion coming up in Rome. And it, since gained power, it was able to start doing persecutions, which affected a lot of the Jewish communities. That's their religion was the first one. So anything that wasn't Christian belief was viewed as devil worship.
Blasphemous.
You was in league with the devil and his demons, or you believed in non-existent deity.
So they had like the Sith
Right, well,
ideology. If
so
you're
some
not
of
with
those
us, you're
older
against
religions,
us.
if it was Jesus or any new religion is just the devil acting. You know what I mean? It's just the devil.
Or anything older.
Muslims, that's the devil trying to corrupt
devil?
these people. The devil.
Yeah, because they got blamed again. So did Islam, or not Islam, but Muslim during the Black Plague. And lepers included. When that was all going on and that sickness hit, they actually blamed it on Jews, Muslims, lepers. They said that they were releasing the plagues on the Christian people.
Now, they didn't find out till later that it was rats, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the
A lot of
fleas
plagues.
off the rats is what it was.
Is that what it was? Fleas off the rats?
Fleas would bite the rats, then bite people being in the homes, and then you get that little dot, and then once you seen that little black dot, you were done for.
I've
There was
never
nothing
been
you
bit
could
by
do.
a rat. You ever been bit by a rat before?
No.
I've
I don't
bit
want
a
to
rat.
be.
I bet that hurt.
I've bit a rat.
No, you have not.
They can bite through metal, man, like chew through pipes and stuff, like the New York sewer rats.
Right,
They can
yeah,
just
you're right.
chew
I used to
and-
be in a
yeah.
New York sewer rat fighting ring.
Splinter was the leader, yeah?
I mean, he had his own dojo, a bunch of little bitch turtles. But
Imagine a bite from him, a man-sized rat.
Oh,
Just
fuck.
take
he
your
did
head
choke
off.
out, yeah.
it's an ROUS, rodent of unusual size. From remember Princess Bride? How do you know?
Oh, yeah.
The big old rats
The
in
huge
the Forest
rats.
of Sorrow or whatever.
They
it
call them
was.
swamp rats or something like that.
No, it was the ROUS, rodent of unusual size. That's what they called it.
That was one of those movies that he did, like Spaceballs, and
No, it was just a fantasy story.
Well, yeah, but what he's saying is it's
the
not.
same guy who did all those.
No, it wasn't.
Was Mel Brooks?
It was not Mel Brooks.
Oh, it wasn't Mel Brooks? I thought it was.
It was the guy who played Meathead, wasn't it? Hold on. Who?
Me, Ted?
I thought Mel Brooks did Princess Bride, because that was the one with Andre the Giant, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
God, what was his name? The guy who played Meathead in All in the Family.
You got me. I'm lost.
What a swerve we're doing right now. Keep talking about Satan, and I'll find it.
So you think about it, man. You got persecution on them. So what's going on really is Christianity. The Christians are
Rob
blaming
Reiner.
all these other religions. You know what they're saying? Because you got to think too. Every religion at that time, they were having their own miracles going on in their churches and temples. You know, Christians were having their miracles. These pagans were having theirs. So it's a political stance, is what it is. So what you do is you start saying, the devil worshippers, evil, or they're believing in nobody, and because they're believing in nobody, they're not as good as we are. So you do this enough times, what you're doing is you're basically
so they're
forcing.
persecuting them much like modern day atheists get persecuted. You
Exactly,
don't believe in
yeah.
anything.
Bullshit. Modern day atheists are some of the biggest dickheads.
They are assholes.
are.
You're absolutely right.
They don't allow
I
themselves to be
I don't.
persecuted. They persecute more than they're persecuted, in my opinion.
I'm not saying that. You're
Sorry.
absolutely right.
So
I'm not saying that they don't persecute.
It
I'm
makes
just
me
saying that.
ashamed to not believe in God sometimes, to know that atheists are out there.
Right. Those are the ones that represent
They're
people,
just
right?
as bad as the guy going, "You don't believe in God, you're going to hell. You believe in God, you're an idiot." It's the same difference.
It's like Alex Jones and Fox News. They're the exact same, just on
Right.
different sides of the
Oh
spectrum.
man, I hate it when people glorify Alex Jones.
Oh, me too. I
No,
can't stand
He's a
it.
dickhead.
The only problem I have with atheists is they don't have no real idol. Or not idol, I'm sorry, idea. They don't have
says
no
Oh, I
you
idea.
do.
need one?
I do.
I mean, that's a great thing,
We
though,
are
to have
star
an
stuff,
idea.
man.
You should
Carl
always have
Sagan.
an idea. You don't have to believe in directly God and Jesus, but to have a good idea, there's nothing wrong with
I
that.
don't need that.
And
What
a
they
lot
say
of
in Dogma,
atheists don't have him.
What they say in Dogma, it's easy to change an idea. It's changing a belief is trickier.
Exactly. That is true.
That's my problem too with the whole atheism thing. I kind of resent that there needs to be a word.
You're right. It doesn't even need to be.
It's not even in my realm.
I don't even feel like it's that big of a deal. But see, to people where that's such a big part of their lives.
And I'm fine with it. I really wish I had faith, honestly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes that would be a nice
I don't want to be like
cushion, or maybe even like
Well,
But what kind of faith, though? Because you look at Catholics.
Any kind of
Catholics,
faith.
they have a very depressing faith at times.
I would-
Man. I mean,
Right.
it's a lot of
I can-
sacrifice,
True.
a lot of takeaway, a lot of guilt too. You
that's
know?
fine if that's what I believed in, and I knew I'd be comfortable with the afterlife. Like right now, I have no clue, and pretty much the only thing that keeps me going is nobody has a clue really, and I'll find out eventually.
Yeah.
But I really wish I had the belief that there was a God waiting for me, that everything's going to be warm and great afterwards.
That is a set of peace that you get with that.
Isn't
you
it?
know?
That's what I'm saying. I wish I had that. I don't, and I'm jealous of it.
Yeah.
But it just in my stupid scientific mind and upbringing, I can't bring myself to think that's what's happening. But at the same time, why is there an existence? And that's what keeps me from saying that there is no
why
God
are we
completely.
here?
That's
And
why
that's the most
Jehovah's Witnesses are
the
kind of
That's
biggest
how I can't
special
really say I'm
about
an
that.
atheist completely either, because why?
anti-theist, maybe.
I could say that anti-theist.
But here's the thing, though, with faith, though. Like, look at Jehovah's Witnesses. They have so much faith, like the real ones, that they don't allow blood transfusions and things like that in their religion.
And
so, what if that was to save your life?
Bad.
You know, and they won't do it. So they have so much faith that they don't believe.
That's not even the worst part about them Jehovah's Witnesses.
It's the Sunday morning at 6 a.m.
But some of that Joseph Smith stuff is just kind of crazy. The magic underwear, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, Blizz has a good point. If Satan's the prince of darkness, who the hell's the king of darkness?
Damn.
That is a good one.
Mind blown, dude.
What if it's similar like how God is Jesus and Jesus is God, that whole thing? What if devil is the prince and the king?
Oh, yeah, what's like he's his own
He
begotten
started as the
son.
prince. Maybe he's the king now.
He's the king now.
Because they also call him the Prince of Lies. So if he's only the prince, who is the king?
I heard the Lord of Lies.
It could be the Lord of Lies.
Lord of Lies, yeah.
Probably just sounds good. Let's talk a little bit more about the official Church of Satan.
Oh, yeah.
Satanism, official Satanism.
Oh, yeah. Anton LaVey.
What made me the most surprised thing about Satanism was to learn that they don't believe in Satan.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, and it's not to say that they don't believe in Satan, but the traditional figure, they don't think that they use him as like a catalyst almost. Not a catalyst. That's the wrong
They actually
word.
use him as a metaphor.
There you go.
They
metaphor.
really do.
That's the right word.
Because they
He's
will.
not,
They
don't
actually
think it's-
state that he's to enlighten you, to bring you up to a godlike standard. It's the idea of getting physical and spiritual perfection is what Satanist is supposedly supposed to believe.
So the Church of Satan is really self-centered. It's all about
I can
making
dig that.
yourself better. Oh, I know you can.
But
You're
it's
a
also
Satanist, I know
about
it.
self-indulgence. And if you notice,
Right.
the world is moving more in a Satanist way because, I mean, let's face facts. We want something, we take it. We get it. We got the money, we'll buy it.
Well, you can also notice
whether
that
we
in the
need
fact
it or not.
that a lot of people these days are choosing not to have children. More and more people are just like, I'm living for me. I'm not having children.
Right.
I once felt that same way.
And revenge,
But-
people try to say, oh, you're supposed to turn the other cheek when you hit. That's the Christian way. And Satanists, they don't believe that you should take down your enemy.
Right. I read a quote that says if somebody harms you or you think that they're going to harm you, you should destroy them. Seek to destroy them immediately.
And
Really?
here's the thing. And
Don't
people
take no shit.
Yeah, and it's not always a physical way. And that's why I mean people are moving in Satanists. Just because somebody made you mad, you didn't go out there and beat his ass in the street. But you may have done something to him financially.
You blew up his fucking house.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean?
So
you got back at him one
revenge.
way or
Okay,
another.
right on,
yeah,
right on.
and it's to urge you to
Point
take
his
that
wife,
revenge.
whatever the case may be. You did something to piss this guy.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna give him some shit one way or another, whether he knows it or not.
Whether you physically harmed them, financially, or even spiritually.
That's
And see, that's what they
what
like the
was
most.
okay.
Is the
See, that kind of
spiritual
pisses
harm.
me off because that's kind of the stuff you did as when we were a kid. You like, you little psychological bastard. Like, I can't win a fist fight, but I'll fucking pour piss in your shoes or something like that.
Siblings.
I'll spray you with pepper spray.
What's the word?
I did that. We got in a fight.
I don't know. Here I
Sprayed
go
him with
again.
pepper spray.
My mind just
He
is
was
not working
pissed.
today. Dude, that was the most horrible thing that time you sprayed me with pepper spray. I was 16. You were probably 14. We were going to get into
You
a
won't
fight.
do it.
I was like, you ain't got the guts. He sprayed me with pepper spray.
Ooh, what'd you do back?
He laid on the floor, got in the shower, tried to wash it out.
After you healed,
He still had some. He was safe for weeks. Literally for weeks, I couldn't touch him.
he was refilling that bottle back up too.
I bought it at a
I
yard sale for
couldn't-
50 cents.
I
It
couldn't
was the
take the
best
chance that there
investment
was
of my
much.
teenage years. That and Playboy was like the top things I bought when I was a teenager.
That's when you know something really hurts, when your own brother will not take revenge on you because he knows you still have more of it. Yeah.
I couldn't take the risk that you had like even a half a squirt left.
Yeah, I was out squirting neighborhood cats. No, I wasn't. That's terrible. That's terrible. I wouldn't do that.
Like Michael Myers, man, over here.
We got a thought coming in from YouTube here.
Ooh, Blizz says, what if Satan is a self-created thing by an insane man who gave it a name and we gave it the energy to create it in a Freddy Krueger sense?
That's what I was going to say. That sounds like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, we
were
actually talked
honestly
about that.
just talking about that, how that was, I mean, like exactly how you associated it. We just did outside smoking before the show. Cigarettes.
I was not smoking.
And that's the crazy thing about that is when you think about it, look at the Bible itself. It's actually wrote by man, interpretation by God. But here's the thing. What was it, the Council of Trent,
pen
where
holders
they
were men.
decided what went in the Bible? Now, if it's all words of God, shouldn't it all go into the same book?
What was that king? The king that took all the books out of the Bible. Solomon. King Solomon took so he thought that certain books in the Bible would take power away from him. He was the king and would take it would make him look less. So he took certain books out of the Bible to make himself seem more powerful. You
Make
know,
Solomon seem more.
yeah, he didn't want God, or he didn't want God to be worshipped as
I
more
gotcha.
powerful than him. So
Really?
he would, yes.
I did not know
Well,
that.
King
Solomon was
took
actually
books out of
very
the Bible.
powerful in theology too, because he was the one that could summon demons, and he left behind was, I guess, the first grimoire. And it's a great story of mine, or not mine, but a story I like because it's a treasure in a way. They said the original book was carved completely out of jade. And
Really?
but then an angel, like I think it was Raphael, came, God sent, and he took the Bible and then, or not Bible, I'm sorry, grimoire, and then sunk it in one of the seas. You know, possibly the Mediterranean, somewhere
Dead
there.
Sea Scrolls.
Yep, and so
I'm just
supposedly that
saying.
sits at the bottom
You're
of the
just
sea.
throwing in keywords now.
Maybe.
Dead Sea Scrolls.
There was water involved.
Salty. Yep, Jade could have survived that. I got it. That's it.
Asshole.
Illuminati confirmed.
But yeah, I could see how that would be with Solomon, though. You know, a powerful figure that could summon demons and show you a different way. I mean, yeah, why would you want to have something taken away from your glory?
That's very true.
Read that bottom one by Blizz. Dude's totally right. We're on the same wavelength today with the pineal gland.
Indeed. One thing, kind of deja vu topic is here. King Solomon, while we're talking about him, we didn't talk about on Lost Civilizations in the movie Congo, like his whole lost area down in Africa.
Oh, yeah, where they had the huge diamonds.
Yeah, that was kind of pop culture, but you know it fits. Anyway, moving on.
You know, a lot of people actually died looking for those mines.
Really?
Yeah,
That's not just a fake thing from that movie.
No, there was on TV is one of the documentary channels. I watched the whole thing about this one guy. He spent his fortune, and then he had people that was fans because he'd write back into the papers about his
Some
discoveries.
Scrooge McDuck type shit.
Yeah, he eventually completely ran out of sources, almost died several times, and people were sending him stuff all the way to Africa to help him out. But I mean, there was a lot of people that believed in it so much they went looking for those diamonds. And they have real company people today that go down there and pan them areas looking, and they'll find diamonds in the vicinity that they think is the mine somewhere down there.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, wouldn't that be nice to just like fucking find a big old diamond like
Baseball-sized
this big?
diamond.
Oh,
Gosh.
man, yeah.
I don't even know what I do with it. I don't know. But
I know what I'd do. I'd buy Line Up Media. We do podcasts all day.
So I got a friend in the diamond business. I hear him on the radio all the time. I'll probably call him Shanko. He's like, now you've got a friend in the diamond, and I've held that little nugget.
You
Yeah.
would be his best friend. You showed
What's
up
his
with
name?
a
Tom Shane.
baseball-sized
Tom
diamond.
Shane. Yeah. He'd be like, well,
Anyway, speaking of
we're gonna have to go to Tibet. My browser's
interesting
old,
people
can't
starting
see chat.
stuff.
Loving show. Thank you, Jay.
Anton Zandor LaVey.
Yeah.
There's a figure in Satanism.
I call him the rock star of Satanism.
Well, he was the one that officially started the Church of Satanism.
Yeah,
Right?
Yes,
he founded it.
1966.
I was gonna say in the '60s.
Yep. And the weird thing about it, too, is...
I got an interesting fact.
Go ahead.
The Church of Satan has been pro-gay ever since its inception. So they
Pro a lot of shit.
Yeah, right,
Well,
but
they're pro. They're pro.
LGBT, the whole
liberties.
nine. But what I'm getting at is like, church in this traditional sense, like Catholic, Christian, they're not pro-gay. The Church of Satan, however,
I'm sure they're pro-life, too.
Has
Or
been
pro-choice,
okay.
rather.
Yeah, has been okay. Oh, and they also believe in eye for an eye. Did you know that the Church of Satan
Well,
believes
yeah.
in eye for
Yeah,
an eye?
yeah,
That's
follows
hard
their whole
shit.
principles, yeah. Well, the thing about it, too, is when he did that, the world took Satanism as a different turn. I mean, it was a kind of, in a weird way, got accepted, because...
I mean, kind of, yeah, in a pop culture mainstream kind of way. It did get accepted.
yeah.
I mean, maybe looked down on, but still accepted a little bit.
The dude was on the 7th annual Johnny Carson's late night talk show doing a satanic ritual.
Oh, yeah, you were saying that.
To, in a way, I guess, bless fortunes for the next coming year. I mean, if you're already showing up on stuff like that.
On Johnny Carson, right?
Yeah, and you're a Satanist and you got the Church of Satan and in a world that's supposed to be Christian, I mean, come on. You have to, it's being accepted on
Johnny
some
Carson's
level,
better
whether
than
you're
Jimmy
consciously accepting it or not.
Johnny Carson's better than Jimmy Fallon, too.
That's
Johnny
the legend
Carson's
right
better than
there.
a lot of people.
That's the
Right.
legend, man.
You know, one thing I was thinking about the devil the other day. The devil isn't just the biblical devil. The devil is the pure evil, the badness, the unembodied will to do harm, pretty much. From what I understand, it, the will to take. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the opposite of being a pure individual who is for the benefit of mankind. It's for the benefit of self, which is what the Satanism people believe. But in every culture, that even non-Christian societies have a devil type creature.
Oh, yeah. It goes all the way back thousands of years before even Christianity came into play.
Right. Some of them even have multiple, like the Greeks we were talking about before the show. They had Hades, and what was the other one?
Well, Hades, the way they viewed him, he was fearful because he was the god of the underworld, and that's somebody you don't want to really piss off. And but the thing was, in that time, Christianity was more ready to adopt the god Pan, the little horn sheep-like guy, because, and here's the cool thing about it, this is the great link, the devil ended up taking that appearance. But before that, it was the idea that Christ could take that appearance because, for one,
Right.
He was the God, the shepherd. So you prayed to him to protect your flock, kept the wolves away.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, Jesus was the shepherd. And
Yeah,
then,
very similar there.
Yep. And one of the things they didn't like, I guess, was the actual look of him, because he did have a kind of a little sinister look. He didn't look very natural.
Well, anybody with horns is a little,
Yeah.
skeptical.
And he
He's
was
got
also the
horns,
god
yeah.
of fertility, so there was a whole lot of that going on in that
Oh,
period
man,
of time.
yeah.
So you didn't want to link your new pure
Goat
Messiah
legs,
to it.
horns, fertility.
So
sounds
naturally,
like bestiality.
yeah, the devil ended up taking that appearance, but Christ was up for grabs on it originally. And that's what a lot of people believe, too, through theology.
So, okay, one thing I found with the Church of Satan is that much like the Bible has 10 commandments, the church has 9 sins, and these are like the 9 satanic sins.
Oh, you
But
got
these-
them? You got them all?
I do. I got them all. I got a really good list from,
Hit me with
guess
it.
where? List first. Anyways,
Listverse.com.
well, actually, this one's a little more in-depth, and this is from www.
Not a sponsor. Just Eric's just
churchofsatan.com.
another-
I love Listverse. I like lists.
I've never used it before. I'm going to have to check it out.
I like lists.
I
If
like
you like
watching
lists,
Mojo. Do you watch Mojo on YouTube?
Uh-uh.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh, man, they have all the best top 10 countdowns.
Really?
They release like 5 or 6 new top 10 countdowns every day from like the top
Richest.
10 Halo levels. They did one. Top 10 80s metal bands. They do
I
them
know
on
what you're
everything.
talking about. Yeah. They did one for the top 10 90s TV shows.
For everything. Literally.
Oh,
they
that's
probably
got to
have,
be Friends.
Full
I'll be
House,
there for you.
Back to
Probably.
School, or not Back to School, Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the
Yeah.
Bell was excellent.
Yeah.
Here we go. So the 9 satanic sins of the Church of Satan. Number 1 is stupidity. And this is no joke, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the list for satanic sins. The cardinal sin of Satanism. It's too bad that stupidity isn't painful, it says. Ignorance is one thing, but our society thrives
That's
in
mean. Some people can't help it.
well, the thing about stupid people is that they don't know that they're stupid. They assume that they're as smart as everyone else.
Right. And then why should they have to endure pain? Just because they're dumb. I mean,
I
it's
never
not their
said that.
fault.
That's what this Church of
Well,
Satan.com
And
said.
if you notice
I never said that.
being the first sin, stupidity, think about it. What's the main goal of Satanism? To be enlightened as a god.
Right, so that's something that they don't want in there.
Yeah, that's
is
murder
morons.
for them.
Right. So number 2 is pretentiousness. Has anybody got a good idea what pretentiousness is? Explain it in layman's terms.
Oh my
Give me
God.
an Eli 5. I got it right here, but I don't want to verbatim read it. I want to get a good.
So pretentious is like whenever
you pretentious bastard.
It's a form of pride, isn't it?
sort of. It's like you're an authority. Like you're like I know more than you. I am the one who knows. I am above you. It's like it's kind of like pride. But it's more like arrogance.
It says everyone's
I'd
made
see
to feel like a
arrogance
big
would be,
shot,
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
And see, I can see how that would be
whether they
because
can come up with the goods or not.
they kind of believe that knowledge is power, so you should never stop learning. And if you're
I agree with
arrogant
that.
and you're up there and you don't think you need to know anymore, well, that's a sin on its own.
Oh.
You should never stop gaining knowledge. You're human,
Never stop
so
stopping.
therefore you still have a ways to go if you want to reach godlike states.
Wow, that's nice. Now this next one, number 3, I'm just gonna murder the pronunciation of this.
Ooh, gimme.
Okay.
I love it when you do this.
Okay, solipsism.
Oh God. Solipsism.
Solipsism.
Spell it out so I can Google it and do it right.
SOLIPSISM.
Solipsism?
Solipsism.
Solipsism?
Solipsism.
Syphilis.
Ooh.
Solipsism.
We just had our clap test earlier. Now, come on.
It's solipsism.
Solipsism.
Yep.
All right.
The view or theory that the self is all that can be known to exist.
Which means
Can you say it again?
There's nothing more than me. It's like I am as big as it gets, more or less.
they have it described as can be very dangerous for Satanists. Solipsism, projecting your reactions, responses, and sensibilities onto someone who is probably far less attuned than you are. It is the mistake of expecting people to give you the same consideration, courtesy, and respect that you naturally give them. They won't. Instead, Satanists must strive to apply to the dictum, "Do unto others as they do unto you." Wow, that's not that bad.
It's a
Well,
golden
it's
rule, I mean.
kind of like
Right.
pompousness, where it's
Yeah,
like,
don't be pompous. That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
But read that one more time, the beginning of it.
Okay, it can be very dangerous for Satanists, projecting your reactions, responses, and sensibilities onto someone who is probably far less attuned than you
Yeah,
are.
that's like being pretentious, basically. Like, hey, man, how do you not already know this?
Exactly.
Right, okay, yeah, so don't be an asshole.
Because you notice with these groups, their rudeness is not liked, especially amongst the members. You
Sure.
know,
I know the character we can use to describe pretentious. Goodwill Hunting, the asshole in the Harvard bar
Oh,
that comes
God,
up talking
yeah.
about, do you know what happened in Virginia and the colonies and economies and bullshit? And
Yeah.
Goodwill's like, hey,
yeah.
man, I know you're reading all your Gordon Webb bullshit, but next week you're going to read this. And come
He's
in
like,
here."
the real bad thing is you spend $200,000 on a college education that you could have got for $1.50 in late fees at the fucking
That's
library.
But that's pretentious.
That's a
so.
good move. Yeah, that guy's a pretentious asshole. Okay, so moving right along, number 4, self-deceit. It is in the 9 satanic statements, but deserves to be repeated here. Another cardinal sin: we must not pay homage to any of the sacred cows.
Homage.
I said homage.
Homage.
I don't like saying it like that. Presented to us, including the roles that we are expected to play ourselves. The only time self-deceit should be entered into is when it's fun and with awareness, but then it is not self-deceit.
That's usually the drug use too, because they really like using LSD from them groups, especially
Really?
back in the day. Yeah,
So they're all about mind expansion.
You don't want to delude yourself, is what they're saying. Don't tell yourself something that's not true. Like, don't go around saying I'm the best at this, I'm the best at this, when you really know that you got room to improve.
You got room to
You're
improve.
just telling yourself something so you don't have to really face the truth and then.
So kind of like we do at the end of the show, where we're like, give us a 5-star rating, but we really know we probably only deserve 4.2.
No, that's not really deluding yourself.
that's
no,
hoping for the best.
No shit. Planning for the worst, hoping for the best.
That's like saying I know everything's going to work out just because it's going to work out. You know what I mean? I'm deluding myself. Come on.
Yeah, because you got to think
Why are you standing up?
It was more comfortable for me.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just getting excited. I'm like, fuck, Satan's got a hold of him.
Man,
He is pumped for this
I'm
show.
showing off the goods. You know, the shirt here.
Wake up.
But you got to think, though, self-deceit, man, it kind of voids the whole principle of what you're shooting for in Satanism. You know, if you're going to delude yourself, you're never going to attain that higher being that you're looking for.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. If you can't accept the simple truths about yourself, you're going to have trouble finding other truths.
Do it.
It's like an athlete, too. You know, if you think you're going to get any better.
Or if you think you're already the best you can be, why bother trying to get any better?
Exactly, and you're never going to push yourself past them boundaries.
Right. Well, we'll keep going with that list here.
Number 5 would be herd conformity. That's obvious from a satanic stance. It's all right to conform to a person's wishes if it ultimately benefits you. There it goes back to being, self, all about yourself.
Well, I've said it a million times. It's easier to get further. You can get way further going with the system than you can bucking the system. That's Hunter S. Thompson who actually said that.
I tell the guys at work, you catch a lot more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. That's
you
why
got
I'm
right.
nice
It's
and not
exactly
an asshole.
right. Go with the flow and exploit the system, so to speak, rather than bucking against the system and having it press you down.
Okay, so it
Yeah, because
says
you do more damage inside the system than you can on the outside.
Goddamn right.
So it says, but only fools follow along with the herd, letting an impersonal entity dictate to you. The key is to choose a master wisely instead of being enslaved by the whims of the many. Ooh,
Yeah.
dun dun dun.
If you think everything with Satanism goes back to you, you're the rock star in the group.
It's all about you.
And you think about Christianity, it's all about making it as a whole.
Right, yeah, it's more about
Take care of your neighbor, take care of your family.
love
help
thy
a stranger,
family, love thy
you
neighbor.
know?
You're right.
Acts of kindness. We all got to make it together. Whereas Satanism, it's more about just you.
It's just making sure you get through.
They don't probably give it to charity or nothing.
They may. There's possibly, because a lot of times, like I said, it's like politics.
Clinton
It's all
Foundation.
about public affairs,
That's who they
when
give
you,
to.
when you boil Satanism and Christianity down, it really is politics. It's what side is going to give you
See?
what for your following.
Yeah, that's why I'm not interested in either side.
Yeah,
I know to do good without some Satan or God or some group telling me what I need to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
I don't
do-
need some
I
group of
don't
assholes
require-
telling me not to be pretentious.
Hey, but here's the thing. Like, I'm not going to down on someone that does need that in their life, whether it be God or Satan, to make sure they
No,
make the right
that's
choices
very
for
true.
themselves. I'm not gonna judge someone
but
for that.
don't come over the top at me.
Right.
Yeah.
Just because you need it doesn't mean that I require it in my life to be a good person. I do that without that. But I'm not going to say you're wrong for needing that.
I'm very tolerant of people, but I Bible thumpers will get to me.
Oh,
where they're
sometimes.
just constantly knitting at you about things you need
Here's
to do.
something you guys
in your
might know
life.
about me. My number 6 on my speed dial on my radio. This is the church station.
A church station?
I love listening to sermons.
Why?
You know how much actual wisdom there is in the Bible?
Cut his fucking mic off.
No. Stay with me here. I listen to it because you get past the
There's good
the
moral
ghost
lessons.
stories.
There's good
Exactly.
moral
There's,
lessons.
It makes me inflect on myself and wonder, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. Am I doing thing? It's a way for me to think about how good of a person I am.
Yeah, there are definitely
That
good
is
moral
the number
lessons.
one prison story right there, man. Most guys that go to jail
that
and they
convert?
start reading the book, yeah, that
Right.
is like straight up. You'll hear them say almost line for line the same thing because it's doing something for them at least,
I mean, I don't know.
Again, I can't
it's
judge
almost
you
like
for
talk
that.
radio. I mean, we do talk
We
radio.
are talk radio, yeah.
Exactly. I just like it. It's good stories. They get going on about love your fellow man, which I think is a great thing. Don't take it too far. You know what I mean? Don't come up and hug me. But don't go out of your way
Loves his
to
fellow man.
don't just be lazy and then fuck somebody over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just be conscious of
Right, well,
other people.
and that's the
It's really
thing.
just asking you, just be a decent
God, we're
person.
being pretentious right now.
Don't
I think I'm being pretentious.
Being pretentious?
Don't-
Man, we're
don't-
already messing up. Day
well,
one.
according to the Church of Satan, we are. I got 4 more, guys. Let's get through them. Lack of perspective. Again, this one can lead to a lot of pain for a Satanist. You must never lose sight of who and what you are. And what a threat you can. Ooh, nice. What a threat you can be by your very existence. We are making history right now, every day. Always keep the wider historical and social picture in mind. This is an important key to both lesser and greater magic. See the patterns and fit things together as you want the pieces to fall into place. Do not be swayed by herd constraints. Know that you are working on another level entirely from the rest of the world. That kind of sounds like that's self-centered, but that's exactly what we're talking about.
Pretty much. I mean, it's like, duh, don't be an asshole.
You think about a lot of
Every
these,
one of the rules.
they're kind of repeating themselves. A lot of the
That's
rules
what I'm saying.
are,
Every
yeah.
one of the rules is don't be an asshole.
They could basically lock it down to one.
Bliss
don't be
says,
an asshole.
Bliss says he's a Christian and he fucking hates Bible thumpers too. So, I mean, we get it. You know, you don't have to even be. It's just people that are constantly in your face with it, pushing it over the top.
You can be in my face about my spaghetti's better than your spaghetti or your pizza.
Right.
I like
honestly,
Domino's over that.
Honestly, it doesn't matter what it is when you're too over fucking
When you're
bearing
a
about
zealot.
it.
Well, do you know a lot
There
of
you
bars,
go.
especially
or like when I'm
in
trying to
Boston.
explain to you, like, this conspiracy's right, man. I don't care what you think about it.
See, that's one of the complaints people had with Nick, too. It was that he was like, if you didn't believe it, you're a dumb fuck, asshole, idiot
And
with
that's just
closed
not
eyes.
the case.
Yeah.
No, you got to look at it from every different side. Look at it from the middle. You know what I mean?
Clusterfuck
Well,
Christian.
you know, there's a lot of bars, especially in the New York side from Boston coming down. If you go to any of them bars, they have signs that say inside, no religion and no politics.
Right,
Because
and that's a
those,
very good rule.
those two will get people into more fights.
You know what they
and
also
incidents
always
than
say,
anything else will.
especially in that area? No sports, because those fuckers will kill you there, too.
Right, yeah, don't go to Boston talking about the Red Sox.
The
You're
Yankees,
talking
man.
about the Yankees,
Yeah.
how good they are. You'll get your ass kicked for sure.
You better just wear a hockey jersey and be happy.
Now, the next one, number 7, I didn't quite get, so this one's, but don't be forgetful of past orthodoxies. Be aware that this is one of the keys to brainwashing people into accepting something new and different, when in reality it's something that was once widely accepted but is now presented into a new package. We are expected to rave about the genius of the creator and forget about the original. This makes for a disposable society.
Yeah, basically it's just saying somebody had an idea in the 30s, like a progressive idea, and everybody thought it was crazy back then because it probably is. And then some other snake oil salesman come along selling the same idea all over again.
Well, what I think they're talking about in here is the way Satanists believe in the religion is they're talking about the original creator. They're talking about God there because they believe their creator was Lucifer, the one that talked Adam and Eve into eating the
very
fruit
good
to give
point.
them the
Very
knowledge.
good point.
How do
Very
they
good
believe
point.
that if they don't actually believe in Satan?
Oh, God. Here's a great point.
It's weird, man. It's
Maybe
not
the-
something that's easy to be like,
Yeah.
there's so many different things.
There's
with it.
there's
It's-
holes in this shit.
Yes,
back
there's
to,
a lot.
So
There's
back
a
to
lot.
what you said just about Adam and Eve eating the fruit of knowledge.
Yeah.
That could have gave them consciousness. That could have been the whole consciousness missing link that we were looking for. Again, we don't believe in this,
and they
but I'm
said
just
that
saying we'll
he's here to
spitball
enlighten
You
here.
know what that
Yeah.
tree was called, right? The tree of knowledge of good and evil.
Yeah.
Whenever you ate from that tree, now you know that there's a difference. There is a such thing as doing harm, as
so-
doing bad.
yeah,
so whenever
okay,
they
so-
ate that, then they had the knowledge and they were no longer innocent. You can no longer be here if you.
So whereas before they didn't have to wear any clothes because they didn't realize being naked was bad. Now after
they were
ate it,
innocent, they were just like la la la. Here's some food. He says, "Don't eat that because then you'll know too much."
That's why you're supposed to baptize your children when they're born, as you're washing
because
away that original sin of
they're
Adam and
born.
Eve.
They're already born into sin when they're
They call
born.
it the
yeah.
original sin.
Right. Well, and that's the whole reason for the what do they call it? When they sacrificed Jesus, it was because that was his way to
sacrificed,
crucified, but it was a sacrifice because that was God's
Seemed like
way
a punishment to me.
You know what? And here's a good thing about that too, and it's on topic with it. A lot of people look at the Vatican Church, and there's a lot of big conspiracy theories with it.
Oh, yeah.
And there is
reptiles.
rumors
There's a lot of different
Satanism
pedophilia,
too.
Satanism.
But one of the things I don't go for is because if you look on the back of the Pope's church or chair, there is an upside down cross on there, but that is actually not from Satanism.
Hear
That was
somebody
me.
beating on the door.
No, that
That
was
was
me.
him.
Oh, I thought I heard something bigger.
What that actually is when St. Peter's was crucified, he asked to be crucified upside down
Really?
because he didn't want to, take anything away from Christ's actual sacrifice.
He didn't want to
know
just
that.
die quicker.
Well, the thing was that's why you see the upside down cross, because when you become Pope, one of the first things you have to do is you have to step in the original shoes of St. Peter's.
I did not know that.
Yep. You step in the original shoes of St. Peter's before you do anything else, and that's like walking in, that way. And then that's why you see the upside down cross on the back of Pope's chair.
That's interesting. I didn't know
And,
that.
and people that don't know, they're going to think, oh, upside down cross, Satanist.
You know how you
but-
die when you're crucified? You basically asphyxiate because you're hanging by your body limp, and you got so much weight just sitting on your diaphragm that you can't breathe.
Yep. That's why you see
Really?
St. Peter upside down on the cross, though.
Yeah, you die much quicker upside down.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so I don't really fall for that whole the Pope's a Satanist thing just off of that one consumption because
They got some pretty convincing
The
videos
Pope is
on
a
YouTube.
lizard.
But
also Illuminati.
I'd go with lizard before that because history itself kind of shoots
Damn
that one down
reptilian
for me.
elite. All right, we got 2 more, guys. Number 8, counterproductive pride. The first word is important. Pride is great up to the point to where you begin to throw out the baby with the bathwater. The rule of Satanism is, if it works for you, great. When it stops working for you, when you've painted yourself into a corner, the only way out is to say, I'm sorry, I've made a mistake. I wish we could compromise somehow. Then do it.
That's fair.
So counterproductive pride is not good for a Satanist. Pride to the point to where it's hurting you.
Anyone.
You're absolutely right, but that's one of their rules. Number 9, lack of aesthetics. This is the physical application of the balance factor. Aesthetics is important to lesser magic and should be cultivated. It is obvious that no one can collect any money off classical standards of beauty and form most of the time that they are discouraged in a consumer society, but an eye for beauty. For balance, it is an essential satanic tool and must be applied for great magical effectiveness. It is not what's supposed to be pleasing, it's what is. Aesthetic is, I didn't even understand that. Aesthetic is a personal thing, reflective of one's own nature, but there are universally pleasing and harmonious configurations that should not be denied.
You know what this sounds
I have
like?
nothing to say about that.
No.
This is
I said
literally
beautiful people, lack of aesthetics. You can't be ugly and be a Satanist? I don't get that. That can't be right.
This is literally like a self-help book, man.
It was so long that I was tuning you out. I'm going to be honest with you.
That's what this reminds me of. It's like a self-help book.
All these are like just guidelines to go by to make yourself
To me,
better.
they're
Make us
common
better.
sense to not being an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, right.
Maybe this is why this was so socially acceptable. You
wanna
know, because
know
there's
what I'm
nothing
tired of?
threatening in there.
You know what they ought to add to Satanism, and then everybody can be a Satanist?
What's that?
I think people should stop going, hey, look what I did.
Exactly.
Oh, that gets on my nerves.
Well,
Hey, come on,
YouTube
look what I
does it
did.
now, though.
Well, we do the same thing. Hey, look how good our show's doing. It's like, God damn it, quit swinging your dick around. Look how good I did. I don't know. It just gets
So
on my nerves.
impressed.
Exactly. Self-impressed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't know. What else we got here for
Oh,
Satan
look
on
here.
the
Bliss
first
says
set?
he didn't want to get his shoes wet. That's what. Oh, God, that's a joke. That's why he got baptized upside
You didn't
down.
catch that on?
No, not at all.
That's what
I
had
thought
me
he was
laughing
being
over here. I was
serious.
snickering when I see it. I was like, that's pretty funny.
Thanks, Bliss.
What do you guys know about black masses? That's more like black magic. isn't
Well,
it?
actually, black masses, they fall both in the realm of Satanist witchcraft, and just pagan witchcraft, too.
Witchcraft.
Because not all witchcraft is Satanism.
Oh, I know, but we gotta steer clear of the witchcraft though,
Why?
because next week.
Well,
No,
you
we
got to
don't
kind
steer
of keep
clear.
it a
I
little
don't know.
close by because it does fall in big in the realm of Satanism, but there is
I
a
want
lot
to
of
kill
witchcraft that doesn't, you know.
everyone.
Cause
Satan is good. Satan is my
That's the
pal.
Burbs. I'm gonna kill everyone.
Ray, you're chanting.
You're chanting again. Unconscious chanting.
Anyway, sorry.
was that Tom Hanks movie?
Yeah, the Burbs. That's such a
That
great
Tom
movie.
Hanks movie.
I like that in Money Pit.
Money Pit was good too.
I love whenever the fucking tub drops and he starts laughing.
I like
Cracks
where
me
he's
up.
stuck in the rug and he's like,
My chest is constricted.
I can't yell. He's like, are you laughing at me, Walter? The guy's outside all pissed off, the
Yeah.
plumber.
Okay.
But that was the 9 satanic sins.
You guys got anything else for the first half? I'm pretty well tapped out.
Let's wrap it up and we'll have a good long second half as well.
They do
All
some
right,
pop
I got some
culture.
good stuff for you on the second half.
All right. Second half's gonna be really good. Mark's
We're
got
going to talk about a Roger Mornay.
Roger Moore, James Bond.
No.
okay.
Another guy. Cousin. James
Rebecca
Bond.
De
Yeah.
Mornay?
Him.
He was from Canada.
Hand that rocks the cradle.
But also, before we jump off, I do want to point something out that falls with this here before
What do
we
you got?
mention. I can't remember her last name. I think it's Atkins, but it's the Susan girl that was with the Manson
Oh,
family.
right. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, she was actually.
He said, "Oh fuck yeah."
Before she went and did with the Manson family with Charles and them, she was actually went on a witchcraft workshop to one of LaVey's.
Yeah, she was with LeVay on one of his workshops.
Yeah,
That's right.
and
Really?
she did a study there, and they took heavily LSD, big sex orgies. And here's the
Susan
other thing.
Atkins, right. This was in your
Orgies
research.
and drugs and alcohol is a big part of the Satanist culture. And here's the thing.
all, like,
it goes all the way
intertwined.
back to the Greek and before time, man, because they have that saying that says, there's nothing you can do sexually that the Greeks haven't already done. So that was
The Greeks
really
were
a big part
they
of
were the
it.
pioneers of
Greeks knew
orgies
how to
and
party.
sex
Yes,
parties.
they did.
They did sex
And
parties a
so
lot.
Satanism, that
Everybody
does do
knows
a
that.
lot of it. There's a lot of orgies
Thinking
and
becoming
drugs and
Greek.
sex. But she was with LaVey. She did this workshop. She partied, sex, did things, listened in on them. They took a lot of LSD. And then I don't know why, but at one point she goes from there and joins up with the Manson family, with Charles. She was the one that actually...
She's like, these Satanists are too big of pussies.
Yeah, she went for the hardcore Satanist. She was like, you guys are mainstream. I want
Yeah.
your real
This guy
devil
tears you to a
worshipers.
fucking
Yeah.
cross on his face.
This guy's got a swastika on his forehead, and he's gonna let me fucking kill people. I'm
You look
going
at
with
that
him.
fucker's eyes when he talks in the interviews? Yeah. So she went there, and she's the one that ends up killing Sharon Tate and her unborn child.
Right,
She
yeah.
stabbed her in the stomach, killing her and the baby. Yeah.
That's messed up, man. She deserves to stay in prison forever.
Yes,
And she
does.
probably will. They'll probably never release
Oh
her.
no, they're not gonna.
I'm not gonna be one of those assholes that say just kill somebody because they killed somebody.
No, I'm not with
Did
that
you see
either.
the interviews of when they're in a courtroom, how they're up and they're chanting and shit?
No,
Oh, man.
They're
There was
really-
3 different girls
Can you
that was
find all
doing it.
those on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, you can look
All
at
right,
that.
yeah,
there's
YouTube's
so
God
much.
anymore with that stuff, man. Yeah.
All right, well, give us our
All right,
beautiful bean outro.
Well, I'm going to wrap it up. This has been Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal, brought to you this week and, of course, every week by Amazon. If you're looking to do any online shopping, visit surrealtalkpodcast.com/Amazon to be forwarded to our special Amazon page where any purchases that you make will directly support our crazy conspiracy show. Also, if you're into audiobooks, go to our website, surrealtalkpodcast.com, and click the Audible banner to create your own 30-day trial and download a free audiobook. And as always, remember to like, subscribe to our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube accounts. That's facebook.com/Surreal Talk, twitter.com/Surreal Talk Show, and finally, youtube.com/Surreal Talk Podcast. Also, if you'd like to contact us, you can reach us by email at info@surrealtalkpodcast.com. And that's anything you want to do. You want to tell us about show topics, where we were good, we messed up, anything that you think we missed, didn't touch on, anything at all, contact us. We like getting information. We like getting emails. Well,
I do.
he does. Or by messaging us in any of our social media pages.
I don't think we've got one email that we have, or message on Facebook that we haven't responded to.
No, we respond to everything. So, I mean, totally, we respond to all of it. So, okay, so remember also to leave a review on iTunes, Stitcher, Facebook, or whatever your chosen platform is. Download us on any podcast outlet. And we just want you to be honest in your review. Please, well, you don't be nice. If you don't want to give us a 5-star, that's completely okay. And if you're mean, that's good too. But please be funny.
Yeah, if you're an asshole and you say we suck, I'm gonna ask you about why.
Yeah, I mean,
So
yeah,
you're gonna have that
because you're gonna have to explain yourself. So no, but
Little
okay.
humor never went, hurt nobody.
Right, that's why I said if you're gonna dog on us, please be funny, please, because that'll make it all the better.
Oh, yeah.
But for the YouTubers, we'll be back in about 20-25 minutes, and for the podcasters, a day or two. So it's been great. We'll
Catch
see
you
you
next
here in a
time.
few. Thanks.
Bye. Okay, we're clear on the podcast, but I want to ask Blizz. We're still on YouTube here. Hey, Blizz, what is CTFU? Is that catch the fuck up?
It's like Luke, I am your father. Catch the fuck up.
Is that what that is? Catch the fuck up? He's about 20-30 seconds behind live. Well,
He says Satanism sounds pretty good like ecstasy until you do it.
that's funny.
Did you ever
Blizz,
see
are
the
you
scene
caught
in
up
Bad
yet?
Boys 2 where Martin Lawrence took ecstasy?
Oh, it was
that
great.
is the best scene.
Fucking great, isn't
Call
it?
me Bunny Lips.
I love that part in Bad Boys 2 where Will Smith comes walking up like he's all just fresh out of prison talking to the
Oh, yeah. I posted that on Facebook not too long ago.
great.
I just got out of jail and I ain't going back.
I'm going to pop a couple off right now.
Yeah, I got
Blizz,
Ever made
what's
love
that
to a
mean?
man? You want to?
All right, well.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them.
Cracking the fuck up. I got you. I'm CTFU too.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now we can kill the stream. Thank you, Blizz.
All right, yep, watch it. Be back in 20 minutes, Blizz.
See ya.
And Jay, and everybody else, Drebin, everyone. All our YouTubers.
Falling around all crazy like. Stopping the recording. Man, we might be too hot
What do you mean?
on our mics. Hey, YouTube, do we sound too hot, too loud? Let us know. We'll be back.